Hi, everyone. I wanted to welcome you to the live stream today. We'll get officially going in just about 3 or 4 minutes. Very excited to have all of you on. We're going to really take a look at masterminds and masterminds within your own business, how to really create a lead funnel from that. And then at the same time, really take a look at what that next steps of your business. And there's now a sequence we'll be having over the next 3 months of education and learning every day. The other thing too is we have look at this. Can you tell everybody's at home? No haircutters. Um, the other thing too is we're going to have a summit on Thursday, so I'm going to put up the link to that. So if that's something, if you have no time, right, and you want to really learn more, you want to join our digital summit series. It'll be Thursday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'd love to have you join us for that. We have some really impactful speakers will be on this week. Forbes Riley, she did about $8 billion on the Home Shopping Network, and talk about what she did and how she did it, and give you lots of tips for your own business. We have George Chanos on. He was Lieutenant Governor for Nevada, and he has a whole system of really how to create wealth and just everyday residual income. The week after, we're going to have Mr. Brian Tracy on, so we're very honored that he'll be on. So we have quite the series going on every Thursday. Looking forward to all of you being on that. That's for the Thursday summit for those that want to be on. Again, this week we'll have Forbes Riley. She did about $8 billion on the Home Shopping Network, but brilliant when it comes to business strategy. Next week for the summit series, which will be the next Thursday from 12 to 6, we have Mr. Brian Tracy on. And looking forward to, again, any information, anything anybody needs. We just are continuing to build and go from there. So wanted to thank everybody for being on, and we'll get going in just about 3 minutes. Hello there from Texas. We'll get going in just about 2 minutes. Wanted to welcome everybody to the live stream. Again, I wanted to let everybody know that we do have every Thursday, we also have a summit. So what's going to be happening, just to let you all know, is every Monday I'll be doing these calls. I'll tell you who I am in a minute. And hold on, I've got to truly take a look at one of my team. Yes, I did. It's always yes, I did. All right, I'll send it another way. This is team helping team, right? Is that what it counts? So you get to see the team in action. I'm Michael Silvers, by the way. I'm a vice president of Power Team. If we could keep comments actually to this podcast and what it's about, this stream, that would be fantastic. And don't really want to have to block anybody. But we try to keep it live for everyone. That would be great. We're going to start just in about 1 minute here, everybody. So again, we're going to start in 1 minute, and then we'll go from there. Very excited to have you all on. And again, it's what we create. I'm doing two things at once. I'm sending one of our team members the link again. It's really part of what we create, and having that, change everything that we do, and really change, our life, and make a difference. I got to resend it again. So it's right. There we go. It's all in the learning, right? Learning and education. She just needs a link to get on, and that's a good thing. Here we go. Send that again. Nope. I did that once. I'll just start it in about 1 minute here, everyone. I'm Executive Vice President. I'm multitasking right now. You get to see me multitasking. Isn't that a fun thing? I'm sending a link to this call to one of our team members. There we go. Because seems to have not gotten it, which is, you never know. Nowadays with email, there's actually such a flood going on. A lot's ending up in spam too. Watch your spam. I've learned that over. I had a bunch of spam from a bunch of work emails. So I'll send it again. Tell her. So then, of course, what you need to do is you need to always let people know about spam. I'm going to be going in just about a second here. So I'll just let her know, sent it again. Check your spam. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to put it on mic for a minute. So just go ahead and then I'll start in a second. Hi, everyone. We're going to get going in just about 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, I'll start. I'm Executive Vice President for Power Team. Very excited to have all of you on here. I run all the global training and multitasking at the minute. Multitasking, if you just want to, in the comment section, tell us who you are and where you're from, that would be great. And then we'll be rocking and rolling. So again, just tell us who you are, where you're from, and then we'll be rocking around. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen the next couple months, the schedule, and then I'm going to jump into content. You can ask some Q&A too if you want to post in the stream. I'll take some questions as we move forward. Always happy to. It's a great day and life is good. You know, it only just gets better and better and better every day. And again, we have to pray for those that are being hurt right now, of course. I've worked a lot with, oh, here we go. All right, fantastic. All right, you're on the live stream, Cheryl.
Hi, everyone.
Don't hear you, Cheryl.
To be on the live stream. Can you hear me okay?
Cheryl, can't hear you.
Just a sec.
No, that's mute. That's unmute.
I'm on unmute and I'm speaking loud.
Hold on, Cheryl. I know I can't hear you. I can hear you now.
Because you muted me.
All right, Cheryl, let's begin.
Great. Well, it's my pleasure today to welcome you to a series of calls that we're doing all week long with Power Team International. Today, we have Michael Silvers, who is our Executive Vice President of Global Training for all of Power Team and has over 20 years in the industry training top trainers in the country and travels around the world with Bill Walsh and myself. And we're just a great addition to our team. So you're going to get a lot of content today. So to have a paper and a pen, and let's get ready and let's start with Michael Silvers.
All right, fantastic, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And you have I love the bird behind you, by the way. That looks like a big bird. I love it.
It's a duck.
It's a duck.
For Easter duck.
Oh, I love it. It's great. All right, Cheryl, you have a good day.
See you can have Easter. God bless. Bye.
All right, happy Easter. All right, there goes Cheryl. All right, everybody, I wanted to welcome you to the call today again. My name is Michael Silvers. I'm Executive Vice President for Power Team. I run global training, and I'll tell you, part of what we're really looking for and really makes a difference in all of this is, first of all, as you're listening to this, if you don't mind sharing it out to all the other Facebook people you know, that would be fantastic. So that's first things first, share it out. Secondly, on the stream, let me know where you're calling from or where you're from. I know it's 3 o'clock and we just punted this out. I want to let everybody know that we're going to be doing these every single Monday. So every Monday, I'm going to be covering different topics and different subjects to help your business through and what you need to get done. On Tuesdays, we're going to have these at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to really go into internet marketing and from that perspective. And I'll go into some of that too. I'll also be having a session in a couple weeks on podcasting. We know it's big. We know it's hot. I just launched another 12 podcasts. So I know the industry really well. We work with teams that we have over 300 podcasts now. So we'll be helping with that, and that absolutely is part of what we'll be bringing you. The other thing too, on Wednesdays is Mr. Bill Walsh, and as we grow and build, right? We're all over the world, anyways. But as we continue to grow, and we're doing more of these summits, which I'll tell you about in a minute, we're looking for more speakers. So we're looking for people, great topic. You've spoken on stages, you've done virtual, maybe you have a podcast show. I need to see it, which is okay. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. So we're looking for more and more and more because we can take up to about 15 speakers a week. And so we're looking for great content, great product, and to see how you fit with what we have. So take a look at this Thursday. So the summit is this Thursday, and I want to just show everybody what that is so they can understand what that is. And then I'll talk a little bit about, and then I'll dive into the content, by the way. So you can go there to www.successsummit360.com. And when you log in and register, that'll be for Thursday from 12 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this week, the headliner is like Forbes Riley. Forbes did $8 billion on Home Shopping Network. So she knows a little bit about business, and she's going to teach business concept language and also how to get products out there. We have George Chanos coming on as a keynote too on Thursday. And he's business. He was Lieutenant Governor of Nevada. His brother runs a $1 billion fund, and it's really straight out business. And then Mr. Bill Walsh will be talking about really being a speaker and speaking to sell and where we are right now in business. And then we'll have other speakers talking, and I'm the MC for the whole day, so you'll hear lots from me. Interspersing through the day tidbits, tips and hits. Then the next week again starts all over. So Monday this time with me, and I'll go through a different subject. Every week I'm going to go through a different subject. Part of what I respond to too is what you type in the comment section. Now I've got it set up for 3 months, and I definitely have podcasting in there because I know, again, I've launched 12 shows, and I've got a group behind me that's launched 300. We have an entertainment company. Power Team has speaker slots all over the world, live and not live. Obviously, we'll go back to the live in just 4 to 6 weeks only when it's safe for everybody. We're not rushing back that way because we have a whole virtual presence. And then Tuesday again will always be, it will be about internet marketing, social media. Wednesday is truly about speakers straight out and being a speaker in business. Thursday is always our summits. So just know that's a clip going on right now, and then we'll have special shows. But part of what we do is we have a very big base. We've saw about 100,000 businesses in the last couple of years, every single year. So we responded to what they need. The needs are the cutting edge, the latest. We deal with all the power brokers to figure out what you need. And I take the comments that you put because I get a copy of those. And I really take a look at what it is that you're going to need to empower yourself. So write that down. So first of all, empowerment, right? What do I need to empower myself? And the great thing about that is that's what we're going to respond to. How to empower you as we do all these weekly calls for you. And what is it that empowerment will be for you? What is that subject that you need to hear? Realizing a lot of it's virtual right now, so we'll address that, but we'll still, the world's going to open, right? Carefully, slowly. Nobody's kidding around here. My background is medical, so 20 something years ago, but that's the field I was in, and I understand how it all works. And we're going to be safe and careful, but don't let that stop you dead in the water. If for some reason you've been laid off right now and you have hopefully some kind of income because the government stepped in, this is your time to learn and then build and get it done. If you already have a business that's online, praise the Lord and keep it moving. Make sure that it 10x all, it gets 10 times bigger all the time. Even sometimes a 3 to 5% increase is huge, depending on what your business is. So that is what we're going to be working on as we do this. And it's going to be a process. What's the word? Write it down. Process. It's a process what we go through, and it's a process what you're going to learn. So that's the summits on Thursday, just to let everybody know. I'll be watching the comment feed for any comments. If anything I say today or the next week, it's up to you. Just know my schedule's filling up greatly, of course, because everybody wants to go online. But again, I'm Executive Vice President for Power Team, Head of Global Training. We have need for speakers all the time. We have literally 15 to 24 slots a week for speakers to speak at online. So we have a big virtual presence. And we're looking for also people to run local masterminds. And we run a big virtual mastermind, which you can be part of, but you've got to reach out to SBA. It doesn't mean that I'm going to have to give you a 10-hour interview, not at all. I might just give you, if you tell me what business you're in and I like it, I'll put you into our virtual mastermind. You can go once complimentary no matter what. I'd like you to be part of that. We're having our April 21st is our next one. We also have local masterminds in like 35 cities. We've obviously not slowed those down, but we've held those for the moment. And then all those masterminds actually have now a virtual component. So we keep that think tank going in all the cities, and it's networking and thinking and building your business. But if that's something that interests you, either running one, being part of one, or training, text SBA to 26786. It stands for not what you think, because we've all heard that, and that's pretty funny. We've been doing this for over a year. So it's the Small Business Advisor. It's part of our coaching program, but that's where I'll be taking the text from. And I'll send you a link. You can set up an appointment with me. They're literally 15-minute appointments. I want to know who you are, what you're doing, how we can help you, and how you can help us, and we go from there. How's that? We are flooded right now because we have this first big virtual presence, because we do 100 events a year. So we are working. I think we're working more than we ever have. I mean, good for us, and we're doing a lot of prayers for the world out there. So if you like what you see, if you like, you can go to ipowerteam.com. You can take a look at the company. We're always looking for more. And part of that story, again, is how is it that we shifted? If you take a look at really the shift from the perspective of, and Stacy, thank you for your comments. You guys are awesome. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jennifer. You guys are great. From Vegas, from Southern California, from Texas. Again, just keep telling me where you're from. That would be great. So if you really take a look at your business at the moment, it's lead flow, right? We're all looking for lead flow. And that lead flow piece is really important as what is it that we do to create lead flow? What is it that we do? Thank you. You guys, Stacy, you're amazing. People calling in from Washington. But if you really look at that lead flow, the important part is, how do I manage my day? We talked about that a little bit last week, and I'll go a little bit into that again, because I think that's a critical piece. I got actually a lot of questions, and I think that's really important. Texas is in the house. I think it's really important from a lead flow and a business perspective. I worked from home for 20 years. And the biggest thing that I find is we have a tendency of getting stuck. Say, I will not get stuck. Okay, good. My computer got stuck there for a minute. Hey, Brooklyn's in the house. So, yeah, I figured Brooklyn, New York. I got that part. As a side, my mom and dad are from Brooklyn and the Bronx way back when. So really what's important is, how do you get that day going? So this week we're going to cover this. Next week we're really going to talk about the why and your vision, and we're going to get into masterminds. I'm going to get into podcasting. I'm going to get into social media, and we're going to do that over the next 12 weeks. So make sure that you're on every single Monday. So what happens is, when you wake up in the morning, what is that first thing you do? And this is from a business. I'm going to go straight from, obviously we need to feed our soul. We need to feed that spiritual side in our workout. Some people work out first thing in the morning. But the critical, and you guys can keep commenting on there where you're from and anything you would like covered in these calls over the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I'll add that in. I've been training for 20 years. I've been on the major stages. I've worked with most of the major teams, most of the major players you would know out there. Bill Walsh, I'm honored to be working with him. Did a lot for the teams with Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki. So I've taught on a lot, and I'm willing to open it up, but I want to see what people want. And I know some people have emailed me already. I'm not going to give out my email at the moment, because then I get flooded, and most of the 99% of the time it's awesome. But if you want to work with us or take a look at working more, I'll flash it one more time, and then I'm diving in. Because I don't want to it's like squirrel, right? You don't want to get distracted. You can just text SBA to 26786. I'll send you my calendar link, set up a 15-minute call. They're only 15 minutes. That's it. So we got to get it done. And if you want to join us, or we need you to speak or anything like that, it goes quick. So get ready to power through. All right, here we go. So as you do it in the morning, this is great. I love this kind of comment from NYC, but displaced in San Diego at the moment. Displacement is okay as long as that's something you're enjoying or like to do. Thank you, Stacy. Time management is critical. And it's something we learned from stage, actually. I'm going to give you a little tidbit. Everybody write this down. When you're on stage asking the audience where they're from, what happens is, we had a student once tell us where she's from, but she had lived in like 12 places. So by the time she got around to where she currently was living, about 8 minutes had been, taken, which is great, as a student. So I then basically, years later, this was in Singapore and then in LA, I learned years later to say, so let's take a couple of you where you're from currently, right? Where are you living currently? And it solved that problem. So again, it's all about, right? You can fail from stage. I've tripped on stage. I've almost fallen off. I've had mics drop off. But it's only feedback. because it makes us better at everything you do. It makes us better at everything you do. And I think that's truly a great piece. So, morning time. Okay, so you get up in the morning, hopefully the eyes open. And by the way, you don't have to take pictures like this, people. See, this is a sign of age, and I'm a grandparent, and that means I've done a lot. So you get up in the morning, and I've been doing this for 20 years. You get up in the morning, and you can take a look at, so feed the soul, feed the spiritual, whatever that is for you. Seattle's in the house. And I will not say go Seahawks. I promise everybody, I will leave that alone for now. But it's truly about what is that you're going to do and that impact. You know what's really interesting too? I'll throw another side note as we do this. As I watch the numbers of people on the call, I also know it's punting out to areas I can't see at the moment. It's interesting who will stay all the way to the end. The one thing I've always done, write this down. You learn one thing from one presenter all the time. Every call that I've ever joined in my life, every event I've gone to, I've never left. Never. I stay to the end because usually at the end is the tidbit they're holding for the end anyways. Philadelphia's in the house. Go Eagles. We rooted big time for you against another team. I won't tell you who. So it's, and you've had a couple of the USC quarterbacks, so not always good, not always bad, just it is what it is. So basically, you've got to look at it. What is it that you're doing? So what is that routine? What are you creating? Write your routine right down. Write it down right now. What is that routine? What's that first two things? You took care of your spirituality. You woke up. Maybe you worked out for 20 minutes. You took a walk. You took a big glass of water or Pellegrino. I'm helping Italy. I'm going to take a sip of my Pellegrino. Everybody take a sip of your water. Water, water, water. Now, of course, if you're on the East Coast, I don't know. Just take water. Can you guys tell I do a podcast show and been webinars for like 20 years? And I have not made that 10,000 yet. It's relaxed, it's fun, have a good time. We don't have to edit it. We don't have to cut it down. It's a new world. See these things, make a lot of people a lot of money. So you do gratitude exercise. Fantastic. Go ahead, type in the comment section, like one thing that you do in the morning. Keep it so it's an audience, because some people have their kids watch, so let's be careful of that. I don't want to have to kill a comment. But really what makes a difference is then before 10 o'clock. So if you're working nights, you can flick the schedule. What are the 10 things you do before 10 o'clock for your business? So this morning, I wrote out the schedule of the Monday calls for the next 3 weeks and worked on it, looked up the calendar. So I picked it out of the calendar. I picked what was going on. I picked some topics. I picked what the latest, greatest. I plan it out. But what happens is after I plan it out, the critical piece at that point is I'm going to look at, will it change? Does that make everybody got that part? The world's changing every day. Oh, Richard, meditation, fantastic. I love it. I meditate. That's great. So, it's really, again, what is that piece that, are you changeable? Bill and I, we put together the summit on Thursday. We have a 12-hour summit every Thursday. We're going to have Brian Tracy on and Forbes Riley, and we had Mark Victor Hansen. We literally sat just a couple of weeks ago when we were in both in Miami, and that hotel went from like 90% capacity to like 18% in hours, realizing, okay, we're shifting. Our live event, we have 100 live events a year, but we know in the next couple of months we're not. And we have this whole online division now. It's amazing to watch what Bill can do. He's the CEO of Power Team International. But we saw what was going on and we just responded. We didn't get into, oh my God, what are we going to do? We just responded and we thought, how do we still service our clients? And that's why we're here. And we've also made the decision not to stop this. This is going to continue on forever. Even though we're all at events and we go to a lot of events when we're back live at events, Bill's made the decision that we need to keep serving those that can't get to events because we have a large team internationally and we don't get there as much as we'd like to. So it's really, again, having that part of yourself, that you're saying we have to service everybody. So in the morning now, okay, yoga, meditate, those are those first things you do when you get up. Now, what do you do towards your business? 10 before 10 o'clock. So this morning, I researched online some cutting edge. I talked to the team of what's going on out there. I created a schedule for the next Mondays, which will change because something in 2 weeks might pop up. I work with YouTubers. I work with podcasters. I work with digital media. I work with the greatest business mind on the world, Mr. Bill Walsh. And so things change. And while things change, you have to be willing to change with them. The only concern that ever happens with this, write this down, is don't change from fear. So Bill and I didn't sit there and were fearing what was going on. We took a look at what the reality of how we needed to shift. That's a big difference, because if you keep changing from fear, you will literally be in trouble within a week. No major corporation will shift from fear that's still around. They don't go by fear. What do we need to do at the moment? And it's really taking a look at cases of business. We don't have time to go through all that right now, but I'll cover that on one call. So what are the other things I did? I got on the Power Team, actually team call. So we had a team in a community. We have that every week. We still get together as a community. Remember, we all live all over the country. So we have a team around the world. And what we did is we really take a look at what it is as a team. So we did that today, right? And then I looked at, and then I created the schedule. And then I put together the schedule. Then I talked to one of our local mastermind members of how he's driving it now online. And then I took a look at it and created the schedule for the virtual online, right? So what's the next one? It's April 21st. We're going to have a Power Team virtual mastermind, which everybody's invited to. I'm still figuring out whether I'll have a group live and a group not, but I can move everybody in as long as everybody plays right. Zoom's having all these concerns and people are jumping on and doing things that are not so cool. And I'll just bounce them right out of my call, right? People do things the way people do things, and that'll be the end of them being on the call. We just block them is what it's called. So those are the first 10 things. Now, if you're still, again, trying to transition, so Tanya, you're trying to transition, and this is a great question. First of all, while you have this time, number one, are you still working, right? So if somebody is currently still working right now, means you're essential. Thank you in most of the states. We have 8 states, whatever. But in most of the states, it means you're essential. Some of my family are still working because they're essential workers. And we have to love them, appreciate them, and be there for them. So you take a look at, for those that are still working, I would then be on any call like this I can, watch the replays. I would really start to look at what are the pieces that I can gather the information. So let's take a look at the summit, right? 12 to 6 Pacific Standard Time on Thursday. Get on it. If you can't get on it, the replays are playing. The replays are out there. You can find them. Just go to successsummit360.com and get education. So say, I will get educated. Now, what happens, though, is people don't move through the education. I will let you know. You see that? Oh, the other side. See that thing up there, Rainmaker Summit? It's our 2.5-day business course. I'm going to let you guys know we're going to move a lot of it online. So you can take advantage of it, be part of it, have a business course, and then you get to work with us for a year. We really take a look at those businesses. And if you're starting a business, how to start a business, what business you should be in, we go through all of it. And so we realize that that's going to move online. We're going to have, and that's going to be rolling out eventually within a week. So come back next Monday to this call, and if it's rolled out, I'll give you guys information on it. I'm very excited about it. That Rainmaker, I put thousands of people in through the other companies that I worked with on stages with Bill going on. But my podcast company launched because of that course. So thank you, Bill. But the best recommendation is to have no fear and guidance. So when it comes to guidance, everybody write this down. If you did the 10 things in the morning towards your business, maybe you don't have a business yet. What are 10 things before 10? Now, I understand. What if you have to work? What if you're a nurse? You have to go to work at 7 in the morning. So flex it to later in the day. You want to get up earlier, that's okay. Right? That's okay. A lot of us get up earlier. But the biggest piece, and I think the thing that's really critical here, is as you're building that 10 by 10 list, everybody write that down. As you're building a 10 by 10 list, it might be 10 things that you need to learn or should learn. So again, if you don't have fantastic, you're an accountant, fantastic. Okay, that is essential, and I'm glad you guys are still working. So education courses, business courses, Rainmaker Summit's a beautiful one. It's over that side again. I'll have more information next week. That's great. So I'm glad what you're doing. Actually, a lot of my family are accountants. Actually, I have a lot of lawyers and a lot of accountants. They're all still working. It's pretty amazing because they're in right? Some work for the government, some work in private industry, but they're all working from home. We've got it's a wide range, wide array, and everybody's working. It's pretty amazing. Um, but what is it that you need to learn to have? And the part of the guidance is coaching, right? Coaching and training. I've always said, write this down, the three best ways to be successful is to have three coaches, two masterminds, three coaches, two mentors, and a mastermind. And I've said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. A coach is typically one coach just sort of who's clinical, puts you behind and keeps you moving forward. One coach understands maybe the business you want to get into, or is maybe more of a business coach. One coach is your physical, your spiritual, whatever that side is. Two mentors are people that are maybe one's already financially where you want to be, maybe one is a lifestyle you want, one is the business you want to be at already. And then the mastermind is a group of individuals that get together to create something out of nothing. The one thing I'm going to do for people who join our virtual mastermind, we have a very large mastermind program already. We run two big ones, usually in the Bahamas and in Vegas. And then we're gonna run starting on the 21st once a month. I'm gonna run one online. You can come once complimented, and then there's just a membership fee. But I also am going to start a call once a month for the mastermind members. So people are part of the mastermind. We do the mastermind for 2 hours, and then the members can ask me any business questions. So at this time, while you're starting your businesses, or if you already have a business, instead of spending 10 grand a month on a business coach, I'm happy to walk you through anything that you might need to know from an entrepreneurial side or starting a business in the beginning. It's not accounting questions. It's not lawyer questions. I can always have somebody on for that. But it's mindset. It's also structural, which is why, again, I'm getting this down, right? Again, I'm going to send you all the Rainmaker. But it's a structural piece we'll be talking about. So that is truly how to become part of what we're doing and realize you're transitioning. So your day starts with the 10 by 10. You've woken up, you've worked out, you did all that. Then what happens is by the 10 things that you've done before 10, now let's say you're still home and you're not working. How do you structure the rest of your day and how does your week look like? If you were coaching with me, I'd want to know what are 5 goals you're going to accomplish by Friday. Make them fun. If they're boring goals, you're not going to do it. If it doesn't feel good, you're not going to do it. Doesn't mean that it's good. There's some drudgery. Trust me. There's some stuff you're not going to love. But if you know why, and I'll be talking about that in a call in a couple of weeks, if you know why you're doing what you're doing, nothing will stop you. I'll talk about the coaches in a second. That's a great question. The other thing, too, is know that I want you also to have 5 actions. Write that down. 5 actions that lead you to those 5 goals. Because those 5 actions will keep you in motion and keep you moving. And who are you talking? What's your coach? Who are you talking to keep it going? And you can talk to your coach once a week, 30 minutes. That's all you need. I pay a lot of money for coaches that talk to you for 10 minutes, right? So you don't need a lot of time. The rest of it's fluff. What you're doing is really making it happen. And if you're in the point where you're putting it together and you don't have a business yet, then part of your job is to find out your why. Why are you doing this? We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But really, why? The other thing, too, that I loved about Rainmaker for me, I know I'm talking about it a lot today. It sounds like I'm selling it. I am, okay? It was life-changing for me, is that every Wednesday, there's a call with Bill Walsh and the team. So it's like coaching every single Wednesday. And they're all recorded for years, so you can go back and listen. All right, so let's go back to this question here for a moment. Education link, got it. I'm saving text. Yes, fantastic. I'll write it all down. And that's it. And also what I want everybody to do today is, what is one thing you learned that you can put into place tomorrow? And that you're going to do it. I mean, think of it this way. You're going to have me on a phone every Monday at 3 p.m. So you can ask questions, and you can ask questions from last week. We'll attack new conversations. But I also want to see you, as many of you as possible, on the summit on Thursday. Because the summit on Thursday, if I'm going to be there for all of you, you can be there on top of it, right? I'm going to be emceeing the whole day. It's an amazing lift, and I love what I do. So describe the 3 types of coaches. It's great. 3 coaches, 2 mentors, and a mastermind. Write this down. Again, the one coach is somebody who's just going to get you in motion all the time. They don't care the whys, the whats. Then you just got to do it. They know your goals. They know it's got to be set, and they know you're going to get it done. The other coach is typically a business coach, somebody who understands more of the structure that you're going through. And then the third coach is spiritual, mental, trainer, something like that. Great question so far. Now, when it comes through the day, right? This is all inclusive of time management. We've covered a lot so far. This is through that day. The biggest piece is we have a tendency of, especially entrepreneurs working from home, our day just goes, right? Things just happen. And the thing about time management is there's a finite time. And so if you took a look at, as an entrepreneur, maybe I'm still working full time. So when I first started as an entrepreneur 22 years ago, I was still working full time. I was nurse practitioner full time, becoming this nurse practitioner. My wife and I started this business, and she was working full time, and we had 3 kids. So we were a little bit busy. And I was still going to school to get my master's as a nurse practitioner, and she was doing her job, and I was doing clinicals. And we realized we had about 5 hours a week, if. And so what we did is we carved that out and made it happen. So we plugged it into a time like it was just as important, not as important as family time. See, when I talk time management, everybody's got to know that through the day I carve, these are the family times. Right now, and I've always done this as an entrepreneur, these are the times that I spend with my wife. Usually it's been breakfast or lunch. Sometimes we like to spend together, and then we do a little, maybe we just walk or go out. We're careful now, of course. Not careful. We're just smart, right? It's not about being careful. It's about being smart and realizing the world's not about us. It's about the rest of the people on the world and what do we need to help them. So walking up to somebody and coughing them does not help them. Put a mask on, right? My wife's got the coolest mask made for us right now. Nothing, because we're not doing it for us. We're doing it for them. And that's the big piece here. So you have to build in time. And so you can take a look at, so build in your family time. Nothing messes with that. See this? I don't play with this when I'm playing family time, right? I have grandkids living with me. So that family time with them is critically important. And that time, and when I'm on the phone with one of our children, or like talking to my daughter today, I'm talking on this device, but I'm not also looking on my computer and doing a million other things. I'm focused on her. I'm focused when I'm walking with my wife on my wife. And that's a critical piece is, because we built this business together, but we do things together. So in your time management, you want to make sure that family time, partner time, dog time, cat time, whatever it is, there's no distractions. Then you need to really take a look at, from the perspective, you've done 10 by 10, right? 10 things before 10. From a management issue, you've gotten the most important 10 things done in the day towards your business. So what's the rest of the day look? And you've got to also, in any kind of time management, it's interesting. I was with one of the first time management companies before even Dayrunner and Day Planner. I can't remember the name. It's been so long. It was way back. We used to tell everybody, you do your weekend. Your weekend doesn't have to be your weekend. It's different for everybody. But what I want you to do is plan that out. So, and I also like to play online. I work with teams that play online, right? We don't turn that off. We have fun. We work together as teams. We do it together. So I know certain nights of the week, that's what I love to do. And I sort of block it out of my schedule. And on the weekends, if grandkids are around, I know families, I block it out of my schedule. I do that ahead of time. Typically, I take a look at my schedule from, a lot of people do Monday to Sunday, it just depends. But on Sunday, I take a look at the rest of the week. And so I start Saturday night. All right, so what am I doing on Sunday? And for me on Sunday, usually Saturday night or Sunday, I go to church. It's part of what I do, right? And I like to pray every day. Thank God my church is still open at this point. We're only a couple hours a day, and usually a couple of us are in there praying. We keep our socials very careful, but it's a part of my day. It's my meditative, my grounding. It's how I feed my soul. And I build that into the schedule. And I take a look at the call times, which is why I use like Schedule Once. There's lots of scheduling, Calendly. There's lots of scheduling programs. And I schedule calls. How many calls am I going to take this week from outside sources? 6, 8, 10 hours, whatever it is, 12, 20, whatever. It's scheduled in. Do I need to create podcasts this week? I put that in the schedule. How many of those calls on the calendar? I can do this all in 10 minutes. I just go through that. Standing calls, Power Team. I know when they are. I know when it is. I got to teach the Golds their mastermind, the virtual mastermind I'm doing. Introduce Mr. Bill Walsh on Wednesdays. Introduce and MC the summit all day Thursdays. That's all built in from a time management perspective, because what I also know is I have goals towards the end of the week of what I'm going to accomplish. Do those fit my goals? So one of my goals is family time. And Bill and I, Bill knows that too. It's great working with somebody when he's with his kids eating dinner. He's with his kids eating dinner, right? when he's doing something like that, that family time, it's the most critical thing in the absolute. It's 10 a.m., 10 before 10 a.m. It's the most absolute important part of your day. So what I'd like everybody to do right now is think for a moment and go ahead and type in the comment section. Number one, tomorrow, what is one thing you're going to do before 10 for your business? One thing you're going to do for your spiritual, your soul, one thing you're going to do for your body, and start typing fast. And what is one thing you want to accomplish by Friday? By Friday. So you can take Saturday and Sunday off. Maybe you work Saturday and Sunday, however that looks. And what happens is, again, our week just, wow, where'd my week go? Because we don't look at calendars. Now, I will be honest. I have a calendar on my computer, but I almost have gone back to some paper. Because when I go back to paper, what it does is going back to paper has been a little bit critical for me because it's tactile. Let me just turn off my Facebook. It's tactile, and being tactile, it means I can really touch it, feel it, and I can actually just hang it on my wall and see it all the time. So I've gone back to a little bit of my general schedule, especially like a travel schedule. These are the days I'm traveling. These are the days I'm gone. And it really creates that flow to move forward. So simply, right? 5 goals you're going to complete in the next week. If you want to do it by Saturday, that's fine, whatever it is for you. I realized Saturday people still have a different mindset. Now, entrepreneurs work all the time. Just ready for it. I'm on calls. I'm always doing something. I was doing a schedule for Power Team last night. I was working on something. So what I do, and I also remember it didn't interfere with family time, because when family time was over, then I could choose. And by the way, everybody, I do watch Netflix. I do watch Apple TV. I've got it now. I mean, I watch a lot of the streaming services, but I do that usually once things are done, or maybe if I'm taking a break. What I don't do is watch the news 24/7, because you get stuck in the loop. Pray for the people out there. Pray for healing, and at the same time, don't get caught in that loop. So 5 things you're going to accomplish this week as goals, and write your goals. We'll talk about goal setting one day. Write them fun. You know, it's what is today? It's April 7th, 2020. As I step into my car safely with my mask and my gloves on, because I care about the world. It's not about me. I drive over to my favorite Chinese restaurant, whatever it is. Make your goals fun. As you get your food, maybe you sit in your car and eat, and you drive it, and you go, you clap, and you go, yes, that's great. The great part about that is, as you're doing that, really setting those goals. As you're setting the goal, it's critical that you enjoy doing it. Doesn't mean cleaning my desk is a lot of fun, but you have to set that from a management perspective, or you're not going to ever do it. And remember, we're going to talk about the why a little, not today, because you also have to have that locked in. Because if I'm so locked of why I'm doing this and the legacy I'm going to leave, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. And that's the beauty of what you do. So 5 goals, 5 actions to get it done. We're going to lock in then, as we talk on the next Mondays, of your why you're doing it, of that how, the piece, the social media you're going to add in. Why would you have a podcast? Why would you have a YouTube channel? How does it look from a business perspective? We're going to add that in for the next 90 days. Then we're going to turn around and take what we learned and take it to a bigger piece. I'm expecting all of you to be joining, I got the right finger now, at the Rainmaker Summit, because we're going to do this together as a team. You're going to be able to do it virtually too, to get the learning started now. And that's why that 10 before 10 is so critical. It kicks off your day. It keeps you in motion, and it keeps you moving forward. All right. While I'm the next piece, I've got a little piece, and then we'll be done here in just a little bit. Any other questions, you can just type them in, and I'll take a look at the feed right now. So realize that I want you also to build something else in, something you do for someone else. Now, you can't do what we used to do, right? We used to donate our time, but we happen to have a tent city near us. So we can go, they leave their, and we take our gloves, and they leave, my wife checks with them all the time, they leave their propane out in the front, or they leave their kerosene, and we go fill it up for them. And that is still our way, and it's all okay. It's within a certain distance our state is okay with. And it's our way to still be helping. It's our way to still be giving back. And right now, if you can't go out, you shouldn't go out. It's not safe. Then you give back online. And somebody once said, but I don't have that much money. I understand. What if you gave $1? What if there's a great charity out there? So it makes sense. And everybody just gave $1. Think of that. 50 cents, 25 cents. Give back every single day. So it's Monday. Start building your plan. Have your daily behavior to manage your time. Build in family time. Got that? Family time. Build in time for yourself. What is time? Maybe it's only an hour a week. Maybe it's a whole day. And that day you turn everything off. And it can be about you. And by the way, it's okay. You can take your day, your half day, your 1 hour, right? What are you doing to be of service? And how are you servicing others? And again, what are you building towards your business? What are you doing 10 by 10? What are you doing in the morning? And build your 5 by 5, right? See, it's all 10 by 10, 5 by 5. We're having too much. I'll come up 3 by 3, right? That could be the coaching, mentoring, and mastermind. And as you build that structure, and what I'm excited to hear is next week what you've all done with that, how you've completed it. Now, if you want to work with myself or Power Team, this is a critical piece. You can see what we're building, right? We have the call today. The call tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is on the internet, social media, and marketing. You've got to be on that call. You don't want to miss it. Then on Wednesday, it's a powerful call about being a speaker and an entrepreneur, and it's with Mr. Bill Walsh. It will blow your mind. And it's just, you got to, he says so many things that I write down that I can never learn so much. That makes a big, big difference. It's huge as we do that. And it's huge that we actually work together. It's huge that we work together. Next, I want to make sure that you're on Thursday's call, and I'm going to put it up. I just had somebody text me. I'll put it up. Somebody that I know. You're awesome. I'll put that up. You want to come to the Success Summit every Thursday from 12 to 6. Be on as long as you can. Again, I said it's Forbes Riley, did $8 billion on Home Shopping Network. It's George Stanos. We're going to have next week Mr. Brian Tracy. We're going to have the best of the best. Mr. Bill Walsh teaching and training. You don't want to miss it, and why not join me too, right? Doing the MC all day long. It's a critical piece as we move forward. So get on the Success Summits on Thursday. You want to create this in your, and you have to, by the way, you have to add it to your calendar. If it's not in your calendar, you won't do that. If you want what you see, you like, you want to run a mastermind, you love to be part of the virtual mastermind, text SBA to 26786. Text XBA to 26786, and I'll get you into the loop of the virtual mastermind. It's going to be April 21st from 4 to 6. I think it's when that's Pacific Standard Time. And love to have you on it. So that's part of your sequence, and that's part of time management, right? So if I have a calendar, I'm going to write that in my calendar. I'm going to put those are the times that I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to a replay. Here's the only thing about replays. Here's the trick, right? We're so used to YouTube and we can find it, we can search for replays. We don't. I'll listen to the replay tomorrow, and then it's Friday, and it's Saturday, and it's Sunday. There is something about energy from a live call. You get it, you feed it, and it makes a difference. And so be on the live calls as much as possible and really, 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 really see what Rainmaker is about. Can you guys post? I saw you posted again. Just post that link again to the video about Rainmaker. I just got a couple private hits. That would be great of how they can watch the video on Rainmaker. So here, I'm going to post it up here too. I'm going to pop it up. There we go. And that's a lot for people to write out. We understand that. So I'm going to leave it up there for a minute so you can write all the digits down. There's lots of links, and we'll have links too, and texting and all that stuff. Just me, I'll send it to you. How's that? Again, text SBA to 26786, and you'll have all the links you've ever needed from me. And especially when you have the phone call with me this week. This week, make it happen this week. Again, get into the flow and the process. All right, fantastic. Are there any questions with anything I've presented on so far? I'll go back to the comment board. Is it? Oh, wow. Thank you, Stacy. 3 32-ounce cups of water. That's great. So everybody, keep your fluids up. Keep your fluids up. Keep your fluids up. Keep your fluids up. You want your body to be cellular structure to be able to repair at any time and really to take care of itself. That will make a difference as anything you're doing. Fantastic, great question. So every call is very simple. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the kind we're doing this. If you're part of Rainmaker, because there are some Rainmakers on here, thank you, I see you guys on there. If you're part of the Rainmaker Summit already, the calls are every single Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time all year long. We never miss it. They've all been recorded. You can go to ipowerteam.biz, log in, and it's in your back end. You're welcome. You're very welcome, everybody. You know, it's been amazing to be on with all of you. So text me, and I know who will and who won't. You know what? I take action on anything I do, and I'm looking for action takers. We're moving fast. I will get back to all of you because you're going to get it scheduled to my calendar anyways. Once you text that, I get notified. You're going to get a text from me, and then you get my calendar, and the rest is up to you. I don't chase you. I won't do it. But I'll walk with you, and I'll run with you. And we'll be side by side with Power Team and Mr. Bill Walsh. We will be there. How would you like to work with us for a year, 2 years, 3 years? We've been, been doing this for almost 17 years. And Bill's been in business a lot longer than that. So walk with us. We'll drive you. We'll help you, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm just going to check the last comments, and then we're going to power out of this. Oh, from Los Angeles. Wonderful. I was born and raised there. I love LA greatly. Will it still be a live event in June and July? There are live events right now. Go to our schedule at iPowerTeam. Somebody can type that quickly, the iPowerTeam.com, and then the schedule link. We are having events coming up. Atlanta is the end of May. We'll let you know if anything changes, and we have live events all the way through the end of the year. So we have our big Inspiration 2020 events. We're very excited. We have Rainmakers all through the year. We have an icon speaker one day. I'm just answering some questions on the side. So again, if you want to be part of it, you want to work with us, you'll get me personally. Text SBA to 26786. Very excited to get back to you. I'll send you a calendar link. So for myself at Power Team, it's great to be on these calls. I look forward to all of you being on tomorrow. It will be Mr. Austin Walsh, who is just brilliant at what he does around the social marketing, the internet, and bring questions. That's the thing too. That's if you sort of know what the call's about, bring questions. And again, you'll learn from the call, you'll listen, write down the one thing that works for you and go from there. So for myself and Power Team, you've all been amazing. I thank you so much. And by the way, let's go as one team. So everybody stay on till we're over. I'm going to pick a word. You can't see each other, but pretend everybody else is saying the word. Today, let's use a word of empowerment. Empowerment's the word today. It's Power Team International Empowerment. Think of healing at the same time. And healing makes a big difference because we're going to heal the world through thought, through energy, and we're going to stay at home, right? We forgot how to be with ourselves. And when they asked us to stay at home, people panicked. People said, I can't be home all day long. Yes, you can. This is your time to learn, educate, meditate, pray, do whatever it takes to be one with yourself and one with the universe, and realize we're doing this to help each other. And maybe the planet's just taking a refresher for a moment. And for the people who passed away, send love to their loved ones. And it's time for us to get down and make a difference. So for myself, Mr. Bill Walsh, Power Team, I want to thank you all for being on the call. I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday's call. It's going to be amazing. But remember, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Thursday, 12 to 6. And you guys rock and roll. That's how to get in touch with me. Text SBA to 26786. And I can't wait to see you all in the future, meet you at events, and again, see you online. Fantastic, Tanya. Thank you. See you tomorrow. That's awesome already. People are already locking it into their schedule. All right, everybody, give yourselves a thunderous round of applause for being on the call today. We're going to let it go with one word. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. When I say 3, let's go ahead and say, let's say exponential. I changed the word. We're going to say exponential. We're going to throw it out to the universe for exponential, for healing, for power, for business, and 10 before 10. All right, exponential. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Exponential. Have a great day, everyone. You're awesome. I'll talk to you all soon. See you all on the call tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.